In the shadow of Six Flags over Texas, not exactly the roller coaster Arlington was planning on this year at 0-4. And some Brahmas fans have traveled to the Metroplex to watch their 3-1 San Antonio team on a blustery day. The wind is straight 13, but the gusts are very substantial down on the field, going across the field. And Devin Gardner is there on the ground. Devin, how's that feel out there?
It feels amazing. And last week, first outing, had an outstanding game. Distributing, being efficient. What was practice like this week as you lead up to your second start?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good week of practice. I think, you know, we were just building off what we had last week and looking forward to getting out there and doing it.
All right, you had yourself quite the trio with Lattimore, Stevenson, and Kirkland. But then you add Justin into the mix. Now you have a quartet. How do you keep everybody happy?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just my job is to go out there and distribute the ball. I think they've all done a good job, especially last week. We knew it was going to be one-on-one battles. I think it's going to be a lot of the same this week. So, you know, they're all going to step up and make plays. I'm just going to get them the ball and let them do what they do.
Good problem to have, right?
Oh, no doubt.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Thanks to Quentin Dormady for taking a moment before kickoff here for the San Antonio Brahmas. Wade Phillips with his team at 3-1. Big game Bob Stoops had this team last year make the postseason, make a run, and they're trying to do it starting right now for the Arlington Renegades. Not too late to enter the free-to-play Fox Super 6 UFL contest. One of the questions in this weekend's contest is, which player will have the most receiving yards? Deion Kane, Calvin Harmon, John Trey Kirkland, Marcus Sims. Your choices. Make your picks on the Fox Sports app for your chance to win a share of $1,000. We will see how the quarterbacks handle the wind today. Mark, I know you love throwing in blustery conditions. Just a great fun time.
Well, quarterbacks and kickers, it affects that ball in the air. We'll see if it has any effect on any of these specialty players or Quentin Dormady. Remember, he wants to distribute that football quickly, accurately, like he did last week. The ultimate distributor that he is, and he's got plenty of talent. So we'll see if it affects him at all.
Quentin Dormady, who lost the job in training camp, got the starting position with the injury to Chase Garbers. He will see the ball first. Jonathan Garibay approaches, and off we go. Week number 5 in the UFL, and it is going to be a kick return from inside the 15-yard line, and San Antonio will have pretty good field position from the 35. So Quentin Dormady, last week, he felt like there were even some more completions he left on the table, but a pretty efficient outing, 23 for 37. He felt pretty good about it.
Oh, he sure did, and he should. In his first start, it wasn't perfect, but he got the W and was effective and efficient in the passing game. But you mentioned it, he left a little meat on the bone, and I think A.J. Smith, his coordinator, felt that way as well. They want to get 5 explosives this game. Let's see if they open it up right away.
They're going to go empty. We expected they might see some empty backfield. The initial hit to John Trey Kirkland, and he is absolutely smashed on first down by Marquell Lee, the former Wake Forest Demon Deacon. So this offensive line has had to shapeshift quite a bit. Aaron Montero moves to left tackle, Rashad Coward up at right guard, and there are the big 4 for the Brahmas after last week. Called a loss of 1 on first down. Dormady again for John Trey Kirkland. His second grab. He leads the UFL with 30 catches now. His first 2 touches on the first 2 plays from scrimmage. And for this Arlington defense, which has given up 100 points this year, they have been gashed at points. Lalile, the 28-year-old out of BYU, Vic Beasley, the former Pro Bowler in the NFL, along with Donald Payne, who's a portion of the storyline here for this game as well. And then the Renegades defensive backfield, including the former Michigan Wolverine, Brandon Rusnak. 3rd down and 5, empty again. Dormady down the middle for Lattimore and incomplete. They wanted to get Arlington in space as there is a marker down, and we'll check the marker. They attacked Donald Payne there.
They did. That's the matchup they're looking for inside. Somebody with speed like Cody Lattimore at the receiver position matched up against a linebacker like Payne.
Pass interference, defense number 5, automatic.
So if you follow the UFL closely, you heard this week that Donald Payne was part of the conversation with A.J. Smith, the offensive coordinator for San Antonio. There was question about his availability in the postseason last year. A.J. Smith said, yeah, I want to hang 50 on these guys. And Payne was the centerpiece of that. So it's interesting enough to note on the first drive that he attacked him in space on first down. Love it. Another slice through this defense inside the 25, and John Lovett into about the red zone on a long run of 40.
Well, just a little inside zone right up the gut. You're going to feel the pressure on the left side. He's just going to run away from it, and just an excellent block up front all the way across the board. You see Lovett. He doesn't need much space, but he knew exactly what to do. Give a move once he got on the toes of the defender, and then head out of bounds after a huge explosive play for this team.
They shook Adewusi initially, and then he took him to the paint. So to the 19, they fake the option. They go with a toss for Speedy Stevenson, and he is dumped. That's Lalile with the tackle. Nice read.
We're going to see they're going to fake the shovel pass inside and then bring Speedy Stevenson all the way back across. He's just going to give a little flash fake with his hand. Looked like it might have some promise until he got tripped up on the, what was that? The 25-yard line almost.
Yeah, Turf Monster got him before Lalile could.
Here we go. Frisco, ready, go.
Got to snap it. They do just in time. Dormady dumps it off. He has Lovett out of the backfield, and that screen's going to get him maybe 2 yards. That's Payne coming up with a tackle in 3rd and long.
I love the swarm of that Renegade defense right there. That's exactly what their coach has been talking to them about. Discipline, the fundamentals, getting the ball carrier down to the ground and not making every play an adventure. Let's just get to the end of this thing and find ourselves a win.
It has been quite the journey all year for Arlington, as San Antonio has been the best opening drive offense in the UFL this year. They've gone backwards on 2 plays. On 3rd and 12, Dormady stepped back into the rush and got sacked by Willie Taylor.
We're going to see the pressure inside by Vic Beasley cause some of it, and then it just becomes a hustle sack there at the end and a coverage sack. Essentially, there was nowhere to go with that football. The pocket collapsed quick, setting up a Santoso field goal.
Yeah, Ryan Santoso on. He is perfect. 4 for 4 so far this year. He's going for 3, and he has his 5th straight make. But Mark, you know, we talked about that offensive line. That was Filiaga who got beat around the corner, and Arlington might be able to generate some pressure because of that offensive line today.
Well, that has to be part of their game plan, making it difficult for Dormady, because if he has time to distribute the football, we saw it last week, he can pick you apart. They're going to need to give him a little more time, and they're going to have to find a way essentially to spread this team out. They want to attack with speed, make it basketball on grass. That's kind of A.J. Smith's mentality. Their offensive coordinator that you see right there, he wants to get this thing and challenge these defenders, especially inside.
We welcome those of you who've been watching Major League Baseball here on Fox, including those of you watching the ball game from just across the street at Globe Life. The Reds beat the Rangers 8-4 among other regional action. Jason Benetti, Mark Sanchez, Devin Gardner, and Mike Pereira, our entire wonderful crew here on Fox for UFL football, with Arlington and Bob Stoops searching for win number 1 in 2024 in their transition from the XFL to the UFL. This is week 5. It is a 10-week regular season. 4 of the 8 teams make the playoffs, and you see San Antonio a minor favorite today, but this Arlington team has been in every game so far.
They've been some tight ball games, and they just find a way to end up in the losing column. Trying to reverse that today.
Santoso on on the kickoff, and down goes Jawan Manigo. Nice play by Mayfield, gunning down on that kickoff. So here is Luis Perez. He threw 3 touchdowns in the XFL championship game last year. You've said it, watching tape with his knee issue he's dealing with. He looks a little bit different right now. What are you watching today, Mark?
Yeah, I think you could see it last week against Houston. He was really hobbled by that front leg. He said in our meeting this week that it was feeling a lot better and he should be a little more mobile. We'll see how it's doing early in this game, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is bothering him that you see a little more of Lindsey Scott, their backup quarterback.
Opening plays, a handoff for Letty Brown, and he's got 5 yards plus on first down. So this Arlington offensive line goes like this in front of Luis Perez. At the left tackle spot, the former Oklahoma Sooner Bobby Evans. Samia, as well as a former Sooner, along with Noah Henderson, the right tackle out of ECU. Devion Smith, you'll see him get a bunch of carries. Letty Brown as well. They basically split the carries, and look out for Sal Cannella at the tight end spot, the most productive tight end in the XFL last year out of Auburn. Gain of 7 officially on first down. Perez, a strike right down the middle. Tyler Vaughns, the former USC Trojan, has the first Arlington Renegade first down of the ball game. This defense last week was salty for San Antonio. They gave up all of 9 points thanks to the rushing of Wyatt Ray, who is out for this game today due to injury. So Tim Ward, Delonte Scott will have some of the pressure responsibility. There is the defensive backfield, including Bo Pete Keys, the former Kansas City Chiefs draft pick. First down for Arlington from across the 40-yard line. It's Letty Brown out of the backfield. You saw them throw over the top of Ward as Williams ushers him to the paint, second down.
This one's going to come running right in your living room, but he essentially has to get rid of this ball quickly with the pressure off the edge. You see these players filling in well for Wyatt Ray, who they're really going to miss today. Just, you mentioned it.
Access.
He's such a disruptor up front. Let's see who has to fill those shoes and who's willing to.
Sit up, 180.
Yeah, he ruined some weeks last week for the Michigan Panthers in the tape room, that's for sure. Letty Brown in the backfield, and that is Tim Ward, who gets him by the shoe tops. Third down coming up. If you've not joined us for UFL coverage so far this year, we can listen into the play calls until they say I can't hear anything. Then we can't hear anything either.
Well, you see, they've started so slow in a lot of these games, and they're not really built to play from behind. These guys got to establish a lead, match San Antonio, go down, get some points, and feel like they're in another ball game, but it's much easier for these guys to play from ahead.
Oh. Perez hit from behind. Another pocket collapses. Delonte Scott got in there first. Ward was coming along.
Well, this is that classic four-man pressure. You don't need to pressure when you can get to the quarterback that quickly. That is a defensive coordinator's dream for Wade Phillips and his Brahmas. They're coming out hot, applying pressure off the edge and really making it tough on Luis Perez, who had a great start to this drive.
Yeah, he was 2 for 2. Wade Phillips got his first coaching job in 1969. We've seen Wade Phillips defenses over and over and over again in assorted football leagues across the country, and they all have the same principles. They make your day miserable with their pass rush from a lot of different places as Marquette King boots it into the end zone. The Brahmas dance contest begins. Delonte Scott, #1 so far. Orlando last year, you see the timeline. Tennessee, Houston, Central Michigan. The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down in his college career. 4 games for the Guardians last year. That weird situation with the playbook that he and Wade Phillips joke about now. And then the #1 overall pick in the draft this year. His job again, Mark.
Ready, go.
Oh, absolutely, and he's just wants to be a point guard back there and distribute it to his quartet. We got to get into those guys and talk about them, but we can't with all this rushing they're doing.
Morgan Ellison snaps one off across the 50-yard line into Renegade territory, and this is just tough-nosed football right now from A.J. Smith.
Well, it's just going to be a sweep around the edge, and they're going to capture the edge quickly with a stellar block on the outside by, that's the center, by the way, Tecklenburg. He gets all the way out in front of the halfback after snapping the football. So they pull the center around and let him lead the cavalry.
Well, they used the center very well earlier in the year. Alex Millette with that touchdown he had. Dormady, end zone incomplete. He turned Stevenson around at second down.
And he just missed him. That's one of their studs, Speedy, and they want to try and get 8 touches to their trio of receivers. That was kind of the goal from A.J. Smith, according to him, their offensive coordinator. Cody Latimer, Marquez Stevenson, and John Trey Kirkland. That would be the trio. But last week, Justin Smith goes off, and he apparently is the fastest guy on their team. He's been clocked at 23 miles an hour. I mean, this guy can really go too. So now they're suffering from some great problems on offense.
Yeah, and the running backs now too, right? We've seen Lovett, we've seen Ellison, both with big runs. As Lovett tests out the brake pads and cuts it upfield, it's third down coming up in medium.
Well, this is a little different than the attack I would have thought for the Brahmas. I mean, they like to throw it 40+ times a game, almost every snap, but when the run's that good, it makes life so easy as a quarterback. Keep handing that ball off and get into these third and manageables. See if they can tighten up here as they get to the fringe red zone area. These throws get a little faster.
Dormady pats the ball right down the middle, end zone, touchdown, Alizé Mack. His third catch of the year, his second touchdown of the year.
That's exactly what we mean. These windows get small in the red zone. Dormady just missed on a back shoulder 2 plays ago, and then he finally nails it with Alizé Mack down the field, just right up the seam, piercing the heart of that Renegade defense.
They said they wanted to work in space. Spatial considerations in the middle of that defense. Hey, AJ, I need a call, man.
Trey right. Slow Tampa train. Trey right, X-Jet. Slow Tampa train. On me, ready? Yep.
What do you got?
Yep.
Slow Tampa train, maybe a screen. Ooh, snap him before he runs off the field.
Ready, go.
That was fortunate for Will Clark to get off the field.
The jet was the fake jet sweep.
So they'll run it with Ellison, and that's not going anywhere. Morgan Ellison turned aside. Colin Schooler was in there first. He and his 315 solo tackles in college, but nobody near Alizé Mack. A waltz in for 6. Nothing lead on this touchdown, Mark.
Well, that's exactly what they want. They want explosives all up and down the field, and that's what they pride themselves in. But you're going to see just a quick flash fake to the right, and his eyes go to the right, Dormady that is, and it displaces the linebackers inside, gives him a free lane to nail that throw, and it went right by Donald Payne, who they were trying to attack, whether it was Cody Latimer down the middle or Alizé Mack. You could tell what this game plan is, and it's working out well for the Brahmas.
You know, we talked about the side plot, right, with A.J. Smith that he mentioned, and he didn't necessarily want that to be public earlier in the week, but it became public, and Donald Payne was the centerpiece of that. But you know, Mark, in the game of football, pride is a factor here, and it's 9-0 already for San Antonio. And this kick return for Manigo gets them to the 35 or so. Devin Gardner downstairs.
Coach, you talked about wanting to get at least 5 explosives in the game. In your first 2 drives, you got 2, but on the ground, we know you're a passing coach. Is that something different, and how did you create those opportunities?
Well, I didn't create anything. That's the offensive line. That's our running back. They want to play light in the box. We'll run the rock.
Backer position.
Here we go. Hey, trust.
Glide, X-Force.
Glide, X-Force. Okay, ready?
Second down 2.
The wall's on him immediately. You see Scott right there sticking his nose in first, and then there comes the rest of his crew.
Hey, check blanket, check blanket, check blanket, check blanket.
They'll bring Smith back in, 3rd and goal, 3 to snap it. They do get it off. Perez sees the pressure. It holds up. End zone, a little too much. Incomplete for Javonte Payton in the back of the end zone.
Here's the route up the sideline, just a go ball up the sideline. Beautifully thrown, just a shade too much. He hits him with the sluggo move, beats him over the top, and just a little too much. So close. Like the rest of these games leading up to this one, the Brahmas.
Yeah, that's their season in one throw, isn't it? Incomplete, end of the first. Arlington, we have another game going on at the same time. Here's a game break from Houston. Birmingham is on the board first. Ricky Person Jr., a 6-yard touchdown. If you want to watch that ball game, you can jump on the Fox Sports app for live coverage of both games. And you do wonder, will Birmingham ever lose ever again in the history of the world?
That's exactly what I was asking myself, but they look dominant. They always start fast. They seem to finish close games. And Arlington still struggling to get on the board. Let's see if we see any of Lindsey Scott to try and mix up some stuff on offense, potentially, you know, run the ball from the quarterback position. He has plenty of ability to do that and beat you with his legs. So let's see if they dip into those sets of plays after hopefully getting a field goal here.
Yeah, we've seen him a couple rushing touchdowns already this year. Jonathan Garibay, they've made a kicker change from Russolino. He knocks it through, and Arlington's on the board. 9-3 San Antonio record is split to this point early in their lifespans, and the Brahmas lead 9-3 today. Luis Perez so far 3 for 4 at 25 yards. The run game has been pretty good for both teams, and a field goal for Jonathan Garibay to make it 9-3, and San Antonio will have it next with Quentin Dormady once again. We've seen him last week score enough points, 19 total for the Brahmas against Michigan back at the Alamo Dome at the start of Fiesta in San Antonio, and it has been basically a year-long fiesta so far for the Brahmas, who are 3-1, tied with St. Louis at the top of their division. As Garibay strikes it, and this will go bouncing toward the sideline and eventually caught at the 10-yard line by Landon Akers on the return across the 30. Big plays galore, Mark Sanchez. You love that.
Well, it's on the ground. It's through the air. There's Lovett early, breaking a hole in the middle of that Renegade defense right away. And then they pass it off to Morgan Ellison, number 27, who gets his shot with Tecklenburg in front of him. And then Dormady, we know what he does. He gets down near the red zone, and that's where he becomes a sharpshooter. You saw him hit Alizé Mack up the seam for a big touchdown, looking to extend their lead. As Dormady's back on the field, you know you're in trouble.
The offense so far gets him a field goal and a touchdown. The extra point was no good, as they will hand it off for Lovett, the former Baylor Bear, by way of Penn State for a year, and a lot of screaming from that defense right now. Thought Ric Flair was playing for the Renegades for a minute.
They're trying to get excited. Anything to generate a little momentum, a little juice. They stop that single back power from the gun, but you see the plan here, and A.J. Smith laid it out for us. If they're going to load the box, we're going to throw it to the perimeter. If they're going to leave the box empty there in the middle of the field, then we're going to expose you in the run game.
Yeah, the middle of the field right now is a high-stress work environment for the Arlington defense, and Dormady attacking that middle of the field, and he's going to take a shot as he went into a slot at the 39-yard line. He got popped by Story Jackson.
He knew exactly when to take off. I loved his feel in the pocket, and just stealing a pump fake right there buys you so much time as a quarterback to manipulate defenders with the quick fake right there. You see Tecklenburg's like, hey man, can we get a call here? And Dormady was trying to fake it as well, trying to win an Oscar out there.
Well, somebody on the field said late slide. I heard that in my ear, and that looks like they were right. 3rd and 4. Quick set, And they hit Stevenson down the sideline. They call him Speedy for a reason. Stevenson lays on the gas pedal. It's a first down.
Well, he's going to motion out to the side here and catch this ball just going up the sidelines, and they'll inside release here
Ready, go!
by Smith. And Smith essentially runs a little pick game for him. And another strike for Dormady.
John Trey Kirkland with the comeback route. He says he caught it.
Let's
hear him say that's caught.
Ooh, I don't know. He might have trapped it with the ground and then got his hands under.
I don't know. I thought a catch there, Mark.
It was tight.
Trips left, blue check 15. Trips left, blue check 15.
They got to have somebody watching
the challenge.
Yeah, I was just going to say they got to have somebody watching it.
Ready, go!
Second down, Dormady. Wide open, Justin Smith turning upfield and getting spiked down out of bounds by Ajane Harris.
Well, just a quick pitch and catch to the outside. You see the stop route, ball delivered before Smith even turned around. That's how you maximize yards after catch, is when your timing and efficiency in the pass game is pinpoint like that. I love it. Dormady putting on show.
You don't have to be an A-plus grade getter in lip reading to see that he said throw a flag, pointing to the sideline. Landon Akers, the motion man. He's got the catch and driving inside the 15. Through Delonte Hood.
The former Cyclone from Iowa State. Look at this second effort. Pulling defenders with him. Takes 3 Renegades to get down 1 Brahma.
Is that the exchange rate nowadays?
Trips right, wide
believe
quick,
so.
Denver punch, on moon, ready?
You know Matt Campbell's watching that play going, yeah, I like that. We'll take that.
Exactly right.
Second down, 1. Brahmas with Morgan Ellison corkscrewing for a first down to the 12. A.J. Smith, the offensive coordinator.
Regular, go. Regular. Here we go. Read this quick. Okay, we're going to go strong right, wild motion gray, Q1 pump. Wild motion gray, Q1 pump.
Wild motion gray, Q1
Yeah,
pump.
the pump is either a double move or a pump like a fake screen.
Ready,
Is
go.
my guess, trying to get them to bite. Yep.
There's the motion from Latimer. There's the pump. And he sailed it incomplete for Smith. Best laid plans of mice and men.
Not exactly the way you draw that one up, but they're not always perfect. That's why there's shot calls, and that's why you take those shots on first down, knowing you got 2 more downs to get a first down.
Motion Stevenson this time. 2nd and 10. Quentin Dormady hits a draw. It's Ellison carving the defense and pulling toward the 1-yard line. 1st and goal.
Well, check out this little backpedal fancy footwork right here by Dormady. And he's just going to hold the ball up as if he's going to kind of shuffle to his left, drop it down to Ellison, and Ellison does the rest, almost getting in the end zone.
Denver punch.
I mean, they're owning the line of scrimmage right now in the run game. The Brahmas look tough.
Ready, go.
Turn Miles Dorn into Roger Dorn. 1st and goal, handoff, touchdown, love it. Well, if part of the conversation was let's hang up a big number on them and do it with toughness, we're seeing it play out.
Well, you see the blocking in front. Alizé Mack has to come cut off the backside, and then it's on the goal line, BYOB, be your own blocker. He's got to get past Stephen Jones Jr., who, you know, he doesn't want all that smoke on the goal line, really. That's not what the DBs want to sign up for every game.
No, DBs don't want that smoke. That is exactly right. Love it. On the run, and the only thing San Antonio isn't doing offensively is conversions after touchdowns. 15-3, the Brahmas love it. Ellison, take a bow. Well, the kicks in the background are pretty significant of what San Antonio has done so far. They have booted Arlington's defense into a 15-3 disadvantage. 10 plays, 67 yards, and over 100 yards on the ground already.
Yeah, they're wearing them down up front. This offensive line for San Antonio is having their way with the Arlington defensive line, and you can see it by those rush numbers. Uncharacteristic of the Brahmas offense. They want to throw it all over the place, and they have to an extent, but when the run game's this good, you can't stop going back to the well. They're going to keep doing it until Arlington can stop it.
Santoso on the approach from the 20-yard line, and the return for Manigo. Arlington is hungering for a win. But, you know, how much dessert have they had so far this year? Not a whole lot. What slice of the pie? Everybody wants their own corner of the sky. The opponent has had more than 2/3 of the games full of the lead. The Renegades only 31%. That's not enough pie, Mark. That's not enough pie.
Not nearly enough pie to, you know, curb that appetite, and then nothing, not enough to get a win. Like you see him mixing it up with Scott at quarterback. Be prepared for some of those QB runs.
Yeah, Lindsey Scott had a couple of touchdowns recently on the ground last week. Letty Brown hopping to the 40-yard line. So you add that extra number here, and maybe you free up the play calling for Chuck Long.
I think that could really help. I mean, he was an absolute stud at Incarnate Word with G.J. Kinney. Threw for a ton of touchdowns there. Was one of the FCS record setter for 60 passing touchdowns. I mean, this guy was all over the field. Dad, the former CFL running back.
Yeah, and that's not a career record. That was 60 touchdowns through the year in one season in 2022.
So G.J. Kinney was actually a roommate of mine and teammate of mine in Philly when I was there for 2 brief years. But G.J. knows how to dial him up, man, and he's got some of that A.J. Smith in him where, you know, he doesn't quit. He wants to throw it and let his quarterback shine every game and every chance they get. Fun to watch those two at Incarnate Word.
Yeah, GJ had a great college career for himself when he was playing. It's 3rd and 3. Perez back in. They've got to get to the 44. Pressure coming. Free runner. He did get it away, but Vaughns gave up some ground. He went backward. We'll see what forward progress they give him. He's very close. It looks like he has the first down.
We're going to see Beckett coming around the edge here, and the pressure off the edge to the right. He's supposed to, he thought he was going to take the halfback for a second and held up. You saw him stutter a little bit with his feet, Beckett that is, and that's what gave Perez enough time to cut that ball loose. As you see Vaughns struggling for the first down.
He was very fortunate to get that first down back. He put his foot in the ground, gave up a yard, and picked the ground back up. So first down, Perez still in the game. It's a screen. He's got the tight end, Austin Allen, driving forward across the 45. The former Cornhusker has a first down.
This is so well done by Perez, holding on to the ball till the last second. And you saw the kick and the alley, and you see the screen running right up the sidewalk. That's either the inside edge or right up the numbers. Those are the ingredients to a great screen. The timing was perfect.
Interesting screen design by both teams already today. Play action. Perez over the top, right down the seam. Sal Cannella gets outside, does some soft shoe, and he's officially out of bounds around the 20.
Well, check out Cannella. He's going to sneak behind the linebackers. They're going to get push inside, and he's just going to leak out right past them, almost looking like he's going to throw a down block on one of those linebackers or defensive linemen. He sold it. Perez did the rest with the fake and the halfback action, and there goes Cannella down the sideline.
Hey, three-way.
They'll mark him out at the 20-yard line.
That formation.
And it's
Seth
going
Green.
to be a run straight ahead for Seth Green. He was a Wildcat quarterback at Minnesota for P.J. Fleck. He ran that very same package with the Gophers.
You want to do the Willie here?
What?
Let's go 13. 13. Pistol, tray left, close. 12 Willie. Pistol, tray left, close. 12 Willie.
12 Willie. It's just going to be a single back zone, I believe, to the weak side. Willie W. Letting everybody know that they're going to run weak to an open side, essentially, without a tight end, just the tackle.
Guess the answer was yes to you want to do the Willie here. 2nd down and 7. There is that run to the weak side. Davion Smith, a couple of yards. As we listen in to Chuck Long.
Let's get 21 Lindsay. All right. Flip 41. Flip 41.
Yeah, a little bit. It's because you and Letty are different paths.
Okay, hold on. Don't call it yet.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, give me my call sheet. Hold.
We have an injured player. It is Jacob Sykes for San Antonio. 3rd down and 4 for the Arlington Renegades. 15-3 San Antonio, trying to get to 4-1 and help solidify a postseason berth.
Well, this is a crucial 3rd down. Only 1 for 3 on the day so far. You hear him saying he wants the Viper F choice. But you see they're going with Scott Jr. Yeah, number 10 at quarterback. His ability to run the football. And you see the trio in the backfield there. Be ready for a quarterback run.
After Sykes walked off under his own power, they'll run it with Scott, and he is converged on. Down he goes. He's hit by McLeod.
I think they're probably going to go for this. But he's just going to fake the inside handoff downhill on that dive and keep it himself, feeling like he could capture the edge there. But you see, Bo Pete Keys was all over that. That's well done by him to shed the block of Tyler Vaughn's and then secure the edge for his defense, setting up a 4th and 2.
Big play for Scott here. Remember, San Antonio had the ball first, so Arlington gets it after halftime. Scott on the run again to the short side. He breaks it down, cuts it back, and gets swarmed. Down he goes. San Antonio holds the line. Jordan Mosley gets up from the pile, and the Brahmas defense takes care of this. Interesting play call for Arlington to the short side of the field. The Brahmas defense engaged.
Don't forget to join us tomorrow in Dover for NASCAR on FS1. The pre-race starts at 1 o'clock Eastern.
15-3 your score downstairs, Devin.
Yes, I'm here with the legend, Moose Johnston. Now, earlier this year, or last year, I mean, we talked about the UFL and the merger, and there was a little bit of uncertainty. What are some things you know now?
I do know that this is the best spring football that people have had the opportunity to watch since the early 80s, when you had the Reggie Whites and the Steve Youngs of the world playing in the springtime. And it's part of the merger. It was 16 teams down to 8, so there's a lot of really great people from our football family that couldn't stay with us here in the UFL, and we knew that was going to create an opportunity for us to have really good talent. I think the offensive lines are probably the one position that's benefited the most from taking those 16 teams down to 8. We've got some guys that were starters last year that are backups, some guys that aren't even with the family anymore.
Yeah, it's hard to find large humans that can move and block. There is a lot of good football being played. better players, better product. But let's talk about the ratings. Are people watching?
They are. And it was tough, right? We started on Easter weekend. Then we had the NCAA March Madness through the semis. Then we had the Masters. We've been holding our own. We're staying, right around, 5, 6 when you talk about the ratings over the course of the weekend with our competition. We're holding our own against, some of the other things that are there in the springtime. So it's been good. I think every time you have that curiosity factor week 1, but it's that drop off in week 2, and we didn't see that this time around.
Is there one thing that you would maybe not necessarily change, but just improve for the UFL moving forward?
We've got a number of different things that we're taking a look at. I really do like, the rules that we kept in place. I know we took a lot of grief with the kickoff, but I really do think it helps our players out, especially when you talk about the kickers and what we've done there. We've had a couple of games coming down to that 4th and 12 now. Games that looked well in control with 1 minute to go, all of a sudden flip at the end. So some really good things there. So we'll continue to look at that, adding a little bit of technology, giving the fan even more access via the broadcast into certain areas that we kind of looked at. You never get to go into a football huddle, unless you're on the field. So being able to take the fans in there has been something that's been very interesting for our fans.
Always a pleasure, Moose.
Yeah, great to see you, Devin. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks to Moose. Thank you, Devin. Thanks to Mark for reading that promo. You were awesome.
Every once in a while, trash can gets a steak, baby.
4th down, that's a big stop for Arlington.
Huge
here
stop.
while we were talking to Moose.
And they almost had that 3rd down, just a little choice route out of the backfield by Lovett. They're really deciding to feed him the rock today. Him and Ellison, both halfbacks, having a day on the ground and through the air now, just came up short, forcing a 4th and 1.
Brad Wing, the 33-year-old former LSU Tiger, on the punt. Manigo on the return. Dodging outside left, and he is out of bounds. Ooh. Beckett with a tackle, and there's a marker coming in on that tackle.
I think he grabbed his face mask right at the sideline. Watch here, he's gonna grab with that right hand right there.
Personal foul, face mask, kicking team number 11. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the play. It's 1st and 10. Timeout on the field.
So an opportunity for Arlington, and Luis Perez once again, they'll get the ball. 15-3, San Antonio the lead, and the Arlington drive chart so far. A big turnover on downs last time.
They got stuffed on that 4th down run. They tried with Lindsey Scott Jr. Let's see if Luis Perez could generate a little offense. They need to do something in this 2nd quarter. Remember, they deferred at the top. They got to try and steal some points here at the end of the half, and then again in the 3rd quarter to try and make up some of this 12-point deficit.
Here we go. Here we go.
Luis Perez, the MVP of the XFL championship last year, in control of this offense. Play action, he'll step up and launch. Down the field, middle of the field, right on target, touchdown, Javonte Payton. It took 8 seconds to get in.
Well, this is just going to be a deep post on the outside after a quick play action fake from the shotgun, and Luis Perez uncorked it. Beautifully thrown ball right down the post to Javonte Payton, the former Tennessee Volunteer. Perez with another touchdown. See, the coaches love it.
Hey, what do we got?
The oldest of 12 kids, Javonte Payton, gets into the end zone on that touchdown off the first play as they got it back from the punt, a 52-yard strike. And they'll work from the 5 here, looking for 2. Lenny Brown, the toss, pitch it back the other way for Vaughns. Tyler Vaughns palming the ball, and now he has it stripped and eventually picked up going the other way. Here comes San Antonio looking for 2. It is Corey Mayfield Jr. out of bounds Gets inside the 5.
Tyler Vaughn's lucked out there. That Mayfield ran out of steam. You see Tyler Vaughn's, he was getting the reverse. They're going to pitch it left to Brown, who pitches it forward, and Vaughn's was going to try and throw that football. Then he got ripped from behind in the back pocket there by Mayfield Jr., 28, and he takes off and then runs out of steam right about there. And Tyler Vaughn's, credit to him for stopping him after he got ripped back there. Oh my gosh.
There will be no more ridiculous play this season.
And the smile tells it all. He knows he got away with one. He's exhausted too.
Yeah, he did. I mean, think about all the changes of direction. Like Vaughn's catches the ball. He's like, I'm going to throw this pretty quick. We're going to get 2 and we're done with it. He ends up at the other 6-yard line. Javante Payton, the touchdown, the champion last year of the XFL. How you doing over there? How you feeling, Corey? Now San Antonio gets it back. They have a 2-minute warning. They have 3 timeouts. They have Landon Akers straight up the middle of the field, and Akers across the 35 to set up San Antonio. Progressive halftime show coming up. We have first half stats. We have highlights from Houston and the best from week 4 of the UFL. So now A.J. Smith in this offense, which has had a great day on the ground so far, over 100 yards. We'll see what they decide to do play call wise, Mark.
Yeah, I would not be shocked if they go back to the well running the football. And to do that, they've tried to spread out this Renegade defense, hit them up the middle with some of these quick hitting single back runs. Obviously an empty. The only run is a quarterback draw option. I think he's going to throw it.
Careful on that limb. Dormady tipped, intercepted, picked off on the very next play. Stephen Jones Jr., the former App State Mountaineer, after the longest offensive play of the year for Arlington, they get great field position on a pick.
Well, this is just going to go right through the hands of Akers on a little stick route inside. Oh, I mean, the ball's right in between the numbers there. He started to shuffle out of the route, and Dormady was expecting him to stick and stay in that one spot, but tips and overthrows, that's how the defense can get footballs and switch momentum.
The UFL, don't blink. San Antonio tip ball interception for Dormady, Mark.
Well, this went right through the hands of Akers. No tip from the defender, just right through the wickets. And this is a well-thrown ball. He was expecting him to stick and stay and then turn upfield, but a huge momentum shift for the Renegades. I mean, they were struggling to get points. Then they have the big strike over the top. You see Dormady upset. Oh, you can read lips. Family show, but just catch the ball, right, guys?
I guess so. Stephen Jones is with Devin.
Tips and overthrows, huh? Tips and overthrows. You hear it all the time. What did you see out there?
I seen this play they've been running against a lot of other teams all week. Practiced it. Just going back to practice, being disciplined, dropped in my zone. Seeing the ball, tips and overthrows, we got to have those.
All right, so you make the play as a defender, but then you turn to a running back, and I know there's a lot of family members at home watching. What do you want to see the people at home?
I just want to give a big shout out to everybody back home, my family, friends, man, and 910, man. Thank you for watching.
Running back / DB.
Devin, thank you very much. First down for Arlington from the 29. Letty Brown in motion. Big possession here for the Renegades, looking for their first win and a momentum changer for their season. That was a little quailish coming out for Perez, but Payton makes the catch, first down.
A nice grab going low for that ball was Payton. He was also the receiver on that big touchdown over the top. They're going to give him a blow. But Luis Perez is looking sharp. 8 for 9, 128, and a touchdown. The big post over the top finally broke this thing open. Now they have another opportunity right before halftime to waste out this clock, run it all out, and get points, and then get the ball. Potentially 3 possessions in a row starting the third quarter.
Here we go. Terrible, sit up.
Devion Smith hit initially, turned aside, and down he goes. Delonte Scott was in there first to totally stop that play.
This is a 30
Timeout Arlington.
You like to cut Hubble Aspen?
This will be a quick 2 minutes. Yeah.
You were Aspen guys? You dated? Triple what? Okay. Yep, do it. 11. Go 11.
This is going to be a fast timeout.
Yeah, fast timeout. 11. Triple right purple. This will be... Purple 2. Purple 2.
I didn't want to interrupt Chuck, but that was a long pause. I was concerned the play call wasn't coming, but he got her in. 2nd down and 11 coming up.
Oh, gotcha. Triple right, purple. You're saying. Here we go. Come on. We gotta
Empty
go.
backfield, 2nd and 11.
Come on. Hey.
Brown in motion.
See
2
Luis Perez
timeouts left
signaling
for
up top.
Arlington.
He's trying to signal a route up top.
Now it just flings it toward the sideline, and it's Canella shoved out of bounds. What a catch against Mosley.
This is just incredible. Here's Canella. He's going to work all the way out to the sideline, and this ball is going to get out there late. Perez wanted to go left at the beginning. He wanted to lob that ball up the left sideline, and he came all the way back late to the sideline. Still enough juice on the ball where only his guy could get it. Well executed by him. Trick shot from Luis Perez.
Here we go.
Late substitution.
Difficult to just rotate and throw that pass.
We're good. Terrible, sit up.
3rd down and 6. Perez on the roll, and he nearly had it picked off. Nelson was over there. He wanted Deontay Burnett.
Stop.
Ooh, that was a close one. A little too close for comfort. And Luis Perez is lucky that thing didn't get picked off and stifle their chances to steal 3 points. And you hear him talking about calling timeout. Obviously didn't like the look. And that would have been the time to use it too. Just to make sure that 3rd down everybody was on the same page.
And that is blocked. Garibay has it blocked. It's down on the ground. It's a mad scramble for it. And eventually, this conversionless game comes to a stop. A.J. Hendy broke in there for San Antonio.
Hendy. And check out this vertical here. Inside. They're going to get pressure on the left. Boom. 2-hand Mutombo style. Blocks that thing. And Garibay had no chance with him in the backfield. That's a big-time momentum swing for this Brahmas defense, a stingy Brahmas defense.
Bob's like,
Michigan. Yeah, they held Michigan to 9 points last week. I mean,
to the outside it goes, and Jontre Kirkland with the catch.
excellent job keeping his hands together, too.
30 seconds.
I gotta get out there fast. No, it was really deep, I think.
Arlington's trying to get one more possession out of this thing.
Let's run to it. Tom, the troops right. Red check 14. 101 work here too high. Cody, get off.
Red check under.
Red check.
You see San Antonio has all 3 timeouts. They got plenty of time to make a little noise here and try and regain some of this momentum after the field goal block.
No, think too straight.
AJ, what do you have here planned?
We got fade stops on the outside. If it ends up being 2 deep zone, Cody's going to work over the middle. If they bail in quarters, hopefully hit John right here and go into NASCAR mode.
All right.
NASCAR mode. That's your Dover promo,
That's
Sanchez.
the promo, baby. Bring it back, coach.
2nd and 2, NASCAR mode for San Antonio. Down the middle, Latimer gets back up.
Let's go.
He says, let's go.
NASCAR bomb, NASCAR bomb, NASCAR bomb.
Okay, NASCAR bomb. You know what that is.
Ready, go.
Here we go. Chunk it deep. Sideline ball. He's got the first down with Kirkland. 28 seconds to go.
I think they were reading that on the fly. Basically, Kirkland can decide if he doesn't break down the defender's leverage and get on top of the defender, he can slam on the brakes out there and do the flyby technique, turn around and make himself available to the quarterback. That was well read by both quarterback and receiver there for the Brahmas.
Stevenson in the slot down there.
Ready, go.
Smith down below him. First down, 2 timeouts remaining now for San Antonio. Drop it off for Lovett. He gets out of bounds at the 40-yard line. 22 seconds to go.
They're sitting pretty here for a potential field goal opportunity. I think they'll try and take some shots at the end zone too. Devin, what do you got for us, buddy?
Guys, down here, it's so cool to watch how they're operating. You know, obviously, A.J. Smith is doing a good job of communicating in Dormady, but Kirkland was down the field, and he's pointing, get out of bounds to Lovett as he's running down the field, and he jumps out of bounds so he can save the time.
Ready, go.
Good stuff, Devin. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Dormady feels the rush, climbing the pocket, steps back, wings it downfield into traffic and batted away, incomplete. Delonte Hood got a hand in there. It was meant for Stevenson.
Well, you're going to see pressure on the outside from this nickel position. It's going to get Dormady off his spot. That's where he's got to get creative outside the pocket, but this I don't love. He almost threw that thing into a Renegade team meeting. Can't afford to have those kind of mistakes.
Red F shoot, red F shoot, red F shoot.
In a 2-minute drive like that.
X cube.
I believe I heard somebody, Mark, say we need 2 yards to get in range. So they're thinking field goal, at least in part here. And they will throw it incomplete. Love it. Too high for him from Dormady, who kind of guided that ball, Mark.
Well, he didn't totally get a chance to step all the way into that throw. Chuck Filiaga had his hands full on the right-hand side. The defender in his face, pushing him back and pushing that pocket. Made him short-arm that throw and sail it over the receiver's head.
I feel like we're in the middle of a band right now. It is windy in Arlington today. 4th down and 7. Dormady zips it. Oh, what a catch! Jontre Kirkland goes high to bring it in. Timeout. They'll have a field goal chance. Man, oh man.
And they really bailed themselves out after missing an opportunity in the flat before that. Look at this elevator, 2nd floor. This is excellent. The eyes, the fingertips. You heard Dormady say that was a terrible throw. But his guy made him look good.
That's exactly what I heard too, Mark. That was a terrible throw. That's what he said.
Receivers got to bail you out. Sometimes you got to throw those guys open. And these guys are doing it to perfection here, setting up the Santoso field goal.
Well, we just saw a field goal get blocked on the other side. Santoso is perfect so far this year.
Oh, don't jinx him now.
I can't do that. I tried earlier and he made a field goal.
Uh-oh.
You're killing me. You live to make social media a cesspool. Thanks, Mark. Santoso for 3 in my career. Oh, boy.
There's no way.
I can't affect the snap, dude.
That was a tough snap.
Time for today's big move, brought to you by Pods. Mark?
Well, Alze Mack up the seam right there. And then you're going to see him from the other angle, the end zone angle. I mean, this guy's a big target. They love getting him down the middle of the field. Easy to throw to. Doesn't disappear because he's so big when he runs down the field. He makes himself available for that QB.
All right, downstairs, Devin Gardner.
Coach, as you know, football is the great game of momentum. You start to lose some of it, and then you try to capture some of it back. You missed the field goal. What's the conversation like going into halftime?
Well, we're ahead in the game, you know. Yeah, we had a little lull right there, but we just need to keep playing. We moved the ball down there. We almost had a chance. We had a chance to put 3 more on, but we're all right. We just got to play just like we did the first half. Got to play hard.
Good luck in the second half.
You bet. Thanks.
First half will wear everybody out. 15-9, San Antonio with the lead over Arlington, trying to get to 4-1. We'll be right back with the Progressive Halftime Show. So much more to tell you about. Look like this in a moment. First, Sal Canella's hair, which honestly will take any day. 1 turnover only in the ball game. It hurt San Antonio, brought Arlington right back into the game. The total yards are pretty equal, and actually Arlington's had the ball for longer. So 15-9, your halftime score. San Antonio with the lead. At the former ballpark at Arlington, where the wind has always been an issue, even in baseball terms. We've seen a 505-foot home run in this ballpark, in part because they had a windscreen up in right field that broke one night. And because of that, it created sort of like a thermal for the ball to carry. Nomar Mazara hit a ball 505 feet. There was storms, a storm that came ripping through. The windscreen broke. He hit a ball up into that jet stream, and it went 505 feet here at the former ballpark at Arlington, where the Rangers used to play. So there's your baseball update. If you were tuned in for the Reds and Rangers and you just wanted a little more baseball in your life, there you go. Devin Gardner downstairs with Bob Stoops to talk football specifically.
Coach, you stole some of the momentum, didn't finish the way you wanted to, but you keep them from getting more points on the board. What was the conversation in halftime like?
Yeah, offense, keep up the good work. We move in the football. We were 0 for 3 in the red zone. Overshot a touchdown on the corner route, get a field goal block, get stuffed on 4th and 2, but we're moving the ball. Stay at it. Defensively, we gave up a couple big runs in the first quarter. We're in the wrong run fits. Get in the proper place, which we started to do in the second quarter, and we'll be in good shape.
You get the ball here at half. What's the plan?
Absolutely. Got to go down and score.
Right,
we're a 6-point game. So
good luck, Coach.
All right, thank you.
There you go. Bob Stoops and Arlington looking for their first win. 2 years ago, Mark, Brock Heward, Allison Williams, and I had a Sooners game, and we ran into Bob Stoops in the press box, and he was talking about his Wednesday night bowling league, and we didn't figure that Bob Stoops was done coaching because the bowling league wasn't enough for him, and you see why. He is a football guy through and through.
Well, he's intense, and anytime he's going to compete at anything, let alone football or bowling, this guy's going to want to win, and he nailed it. He just said their red zone efficiency on offense has been poor, and missed a throw over the top that Perez usually hits, stopped on a 4th and 2, endured a blocked field goal to steal points away. I mean, it hasn't gone well once they've gotten inside the 20. Just a long shot down the field from Perez to Peyton. So they got to keep taking those big shots and be more efficient in the red zone.
What does that look like, do you think, efficiency in the red zone play call-wise for them?
Yeah, I could see them relying on the run game a little bit. I could see them potentially going back to the well with Lindsey Scott Jr. and some of the designed quarterback runs, maybe just not the sweep around the edge, but the counters and some of the gap trap runs that have worked for them. I can see them setting up some of those screens, spread these guys out and screen them, keep their pass rush off base.
We will watch that together. 15-9 your score. Manigo on the return, and he gets stonewalled at the 33. Luis Perez, 9 for 11 at halftime, 133 yards, the 52-yard touchdown to Javonte Payton. What do you think of mobility-wise for Perez as you eyeball him today?
He's definitely looking better than last week. Like last week, he could barely even carry out his fakes after handing off the football and, you know, at least pretend like he was keeping the ball. This week, he's starting to move around a little bit better. Always an efficient passer, leads the league in passing yards. So, I mean, you know what you're going to get with Luis Perez, but as long as he's healthy, he can be a sharpshooter.
Here we go. Sit out, 180. Wait, sit hard. Terrible, sit up.
Perez on a handoff. First play of the second half, and they'll get to the 35 and nothing more. Day Hunter, the 24-year-old who spent 2 years at Hawaii before transferring to Liberty, which raises the question, why would you ever transfer from Hawaii?
We see they're trying to go with a little bit of tempo.
Here we go.
To mix up the pace on the Brahmas.
They had a coaching change is the answer, by the way, in all seriousness. It's a run. It's Hunter once again. And he's dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Javonte Beckett has been a menace.
Did he hurt himself there?
Looks like Dalton's down.
Former Tar Heel down. Number 94, defensive end Jalen Dalton. There's
Watch him here, middle of your screen. He's there with Hunter. He falls to the ground, and that was today's game flow, brought to you by Progressive. Jalen Dalton walked off under his own power. And so Prince Emili is in the game at the defensive tackle spot. Delonte Scott having a good old time.
Dixie, right, 63, G-levels copper.
Of course he is. He's in the backfield all the time.
Go, Dave.
You heard him say levels. I think they're going to get a basic route and an under route here.
Here we go.
To the bottom of your screen.
I love that you're drawing the play before it happens.
Well, we'll see if it was right. Sight.
It's a catch. It's a first down. It's Canella.
Well, watch Canella from the slot. He's going to run this slot fade right there on the inside and take it right up the sideline. That's what they meant by levels.
Here we go, Bonzai 2, here we go.
And you see Javonte Payton getting away with the little rub there, trying to spring his guy free.
A little mini pick play. They held up Ward. Here comes Payton. Javonte Payton across the 35.
Well, him and Canella are fighting for receptions, trying to be the leaders in the clubhouse when it comes to targets, catches, and yards. But he's feeding those two targets. I think they got to keep it up. Giving them plenty of space on the outside, and they're attacking it.
Here we go. Sit out, 180. Wait, sit hard. Here we go.
Payton at the bottom of the screen moves up to scrimmage. Day Hunter on the run. And he's got a couple of yards. He's thrown out of bounds by Beckett. Second down.
So you're going to see this from the sideline cam here. Once the running back bounces this outside, he's all on his own. And that's contained right there. Mayfield just lost contain.
Here we go. Hey, Hulk right, 52. Y spot, X axe. On top, ready? Hey, look for me, Tay. Swing. Here we go. Go out, come back in, hurry up. Come back in, come here. Here we go.
He ran out of time, he brought him back.
Terrible, sit up.
Just in time. Perez throws it, got it out wide, and it's Payton slung down hard by Bryce Thompson, the former Volunteer. That's Tennessee on Tennessee.
Here we go.
Perez takes a big hit here, and they're really having trouble protecting him. This Brahmas defensive line is causing some pressure. See him a little kiss on the face mask there from McLeod.
Gotta go, gotta go.
Here comes the
And here is Lindsey Scott Jr. back in. Running quarterback, doubles back the other way and throws it for Canella, flowing this way, and down he goes. Jordan Williams, the former Baylor Bear, with an exceptional read.
Well, they're just going to fake the quarterback sweep that they got stuffed on. He's going to double back and run a naked, basically, where he's on his own, gets the tight end in the flat, sliding through the protection, and there goes Canella. But both of those 3 yards to gain situations, whether it was 4th down or 3rd down, have been stuffed with Lindsey Scott in there. 1 run and 1 throw. Neither of those packages of plays are working.
It's the XFL leading tackler last year, Williams. Garibay got this one off, and he sends it through. They almost got there one more time.
That was close.
Bo Pete Keys thought he had it. How close was he? You see the yellow flash. To the cliff. It's 15-12. Could have been 15-9, though.
Well, watch Bo Pete Keys get in the backfield almost untouched. And, I mean, this truly is a game of inches there. He just missed that field goal. Barely. You see him, his reaction. Wade Phillips thought he might have had a shot. Game of inches, buddy.
Can I offer you a marketing idea, Mark?
Yes, sir.
I think the Brahmas marketing folks should sell hats with Wade Phillips' hair coming out of the back.
That'd be great. Like those fake visor ones.
Yeah. Just a hat with the yellow hair flowing out of the back. I think it'd be great.
That wind is really rocking down there. You can see it blowing his shirt, blowing his hair.
Tell me you wouldn't buy that.
Oh, I'm all in.
I'd buy 10 of them. Give them out as gifts. It's a good return all the way down to the 40. Bryson Aline to set up San Antonio with good field position. And this Brahmas team offensively, Quentin Dormady had the 1 pick off the hands of Landon Akers. Ellison 60 yards on the ground, but John Lovett has the touchdown. And then Alize Mack with his 2nd score this year.
They got to continue their efficient style of play, get the ball in Dormady's hands and let him distribute. See if they try and do that with a little more of the run game. Remember, Ellison already has 60 yards and Lovett 44. The run game has been potent.
They just haven't seen the ball a whole lot. They've had the defense on the field. Oh, that's intercepted. He threw it right to Harris. Ajane Harris jumped the route, picked it off. Dormady's 2nd interception.
Well, Ajane Harris does an excellent job not giving up his inside leverage and cutting off this route that's going to cross his face right inside here. And he's just going to mosey in and take that ball. Right there, they switched it on the motion. You could tell him and his other defenders were in perfect sync right there. And he knew exactly where that ball was going, reacted to the Dormady throw. Dormady with a huge mistake right there, and you see Ajane Harris celebrate.
You getting work.
The former USC Trojan who's played in Canada as well as here in the UFL sets up Arlington at the 36. Perez to throw. He wants a lot of it. Sideline to Vaughns, the former Trojan himself. 1st down Arlington.
Got some Trojans making some plays for
Let's go 11.
the Renegades here, but that was a beautifully layered ball by Luis Perez.
Let's go.
Understanding that
Trips right,
underneath defender,
5,
he had to layer it over the top of him
right,
and drop it on Vaughns.
Z-Dart.
Perfect shot.
You're not going to win against Chuck Long. He's got a walkie-talkie, Mark. Sorry.
No sweat.
Walkie-talkies are louder than people.
Here we go. Here we go.
1st down. Quick throw, Javante Payton. And a block out front but not too sturdy of one for Burnett. Second down.
Hey, come on. Hey, no.
Hey, Mark, on that last throw, you talked about Luis Perez layering the ball over defenders and dropping it right in the breadbasket of his receiver. And I'm down here at the first down marker. It's one of the prettiest things you'll ever see. The perfect spiral, the ability to get it just over the outstretched arms of defenders.
And especially with that wind humming a little bit down there, that's not easy.
Canella hemmed in. Bo Pete Keys didn't get the field goal, but he made the stop. It's third down.
Just a quick throw to the perimeter, trying to get this defense running from sideline to sideline. But Keys was all over it. He knew he had that contain right there. Flew past the blocker and made the play. I love his attitude, love his effort. He's all over the place tonight.
You could say Big Bo Pete caught his feet.
Gotta go.
Well done.
52.
Thanks.
Here we go. Terrible tonight.
Well, they're in range to tie the game at least. Perez over the middle, got a completion. Vaughns breaks it down. He's inside the 15. Quick feet from Tyler Vaughn, stopping and starting first down.
Well, here goes Vaughn. He's just going to run all the way across the field. Just a quick stutter step. He gets a little pick move from Canella over the middle. You see those two guys passing each other on those underneath routes. Perfect for man-to-man. He left Keys in the dust, number 32. And knife forward for the first down. Great awareness to understand where the sticks are.
Come on. Here we go. Terrible tonight.
From the 14, fake it to Smith. Perez, end zone ball incomplete. He wanted Peyton. Keys was behind him, second down.
I think he lost it in the lights. He's going to run a sluggo again. Show the slant, eat up the cushion of Keys right there. He got him to bite. And I think, I don't know if he just got lost in the lights or, I don't know. I'm surprised at the effort there by Peyton.
Yeah,
he kind of lost it right over the outside of his left shoulder. God, that's a great throw by Luis Perez. He's got to come down with that.
Let's go, Cam. Come on. Hey, call sheet. Where's my call sheet at? Anybody got a call sheet? Let me see where we at right now. 15, yeah. No, keep it on. Hey, let's see.
You got an injured player down for Arlington. It's Drew Samia, the former Oklahoma Sooner. Of your score, and the injured party is Drew Samia, the 26-year-old out of Oklahoma. He is down. They've brought the cart out, and this looks like a pretty serious situation. They're going to elevate him onto the cart.
Never what you want to see. Unfortunately, these types of injuries are part of the game.
The officials have said this is a head and neck area injury, according to our production crew. Here's a replay. There is Samia. You've circled him, Mark.
It's the initial contact you see up front. He must have went down shortly after that.
Yeah.
There's again, 75.
You see him grimace on the initial contact there. We're going to step aside. 15-12 your score. We'll get you an update as quickly. Drew Samia, the offensive lineman for Arlington, the former Oklahoma Sooner, was just lifted onto the cart to a round of applause in Arlington, Texas. He was part of 3 college football playoff semifinalist teams at Oklahoma. A tremendous right guard who in one season started 14 games and did not allow a sack. He is down and they have lifted him onto the cart, and we'll get you an update as soon as we possibly can. The word from the officials was that it was a head or neck area injury. That's all the specific we have from anybody on the field, as Sal Cannella goes over to wish him well with a hand extended to Samia, who will be taken off on the cart. And again, we'll get you an update when we can on Drew Samia from Sacramento, California, the former Oklahoma Sooner guard who was an all Big 12 player, an All-American offensive lineman when he was in Norman. You have Bob Stoops on the sideline, the longtime Oklahoma head coach. As Samia, we wish all the best to, and just a scary situation at Choctaw Stadium. And now, Mark, you have to go play a football game, right? It's second and 10. Suddenly, we're just right back in it.
Being able to compartmentalize is key here and turn the page, hoping your fallen comrade there gets better.
Burnett on the catch. There's a marker down, a rare flag in this game in the second half.
I think you're going to get a hold on the perimeter.
Illegal block in the back, offense number 75, 10-yard penalty, second down.
Well, that's going to add to it.
That can't be 75, by the way. That's Samia. It's got to be Marcus Minor.
There he goes, releasing right there.
Yeah.
That drew the attention of the official, but we talked about their red zone woes earlier, going 0 for 3 in the red zone, a missed throw. We saw the missed throw earlier tonight. Stopped on a 4th and 2, the blocked field goal, and then red zone penalties are absolute killers. Now this pushes them out of the red zone.
So an update on Samia. We're told by our crew that it is a back injury. They are taking him to the hospital for precautionary reasons. There's a tipped ball by Delonte Scott, who wanted 6 the other way.
That almost went the other way with Scott. Oh.
And now you see Samia there. They're loading him into the ambulance. It is a back injury, we are told.
Let's go.
We will get you updates as we get them.
Go for right flex. Y move, 62 Viper switch. I'm ready. Here we go, gotta go. JP. Here we go, go. Here we go. Double drag, here we go. Terrible to that.
Nearly a delay of game. He just got it off. Ward coming around the edge. He'll spin it out wide, and Lenny Brown from Perez. And this will be a game-tying field goal attempt coming up for the Arlington Renegades because of the tackle by Mayfield.
Well, they're only going to rush 3 defenders at Luis Perez. He tries to spit this ball out quickly and make it an easy field goal for his kicker, Garibay, just to steal some of those yards on a 3rd and 20. You could tell they played it conservative. The Brahmas kept everything underneath and stayed on top of all those routes, rallied, tackled, and forced a field goal.
Garibay for the tie. It is good. Arlington Renegades hanging around again. Luis Perez gets them in range for 3 as they think about Drew Samia, who's been taken off the field. Arlington defense.
Well, this one was by Jones, just a tipped ball, and it lands in his lap. And this one, Ashane Harris jumps in front of a slant throw by Dormady, but you hear him talking to his coordinator, A.J. Smith. He said, we're fine, we'll be all right. But they got to take care of this football. That's the only thing that's kept the Renegades in this football game are turnovers.
Right after their offense gets them points as well. They've got 12 points in a row at this point. This is a 15-3 ball game for San Antonio. Arlington has the last dozen.
They're going to need a
hold the wind. The wind has taken the football off of its moorings, as they say in the hockey playoffs. How do they select the holder?
Is that like drawing the shortest straw?
It might be. Very well could be.
Cover your lane.
Garibay the kick. It's Aline. Bryson Aline to the 38-yard line. This offense wants to create some power, some pop, right? These wide receivers last week, got to hit them right in the hands, got to hit the target, you win a prize. It's stuff Mark Sanchez when you do that. There's Jontre Kirkland, Justin Smith, 100 yards each in the same game, first time in UFL history. And if you hit a couple more of them, you can upgrade to a bigger Mark Sanchez stuffed plush doll.
A plushie, just what we need. But what they need is this group of receivers to get back into the fold, and that starts with Dormady distributing it to them.
They're going to start with the run game here. It's John Lovett, and he is thrown down at the 39, maybe the 40.
He got tracked down by Santa Moore from the backside of that play. He just ran down that zone to the right.
Former Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket for 4 years, Henri Santa Moore.
Get ready, go.
2nd and 8. Dormady. That was behind another receiver. Batted away by Hood from Justin Smith. He's forcing a different catch radius tonight, Mark.
Well, here's the slant route, and this ball just slightly thrown behind him. Gives the quarterback a chance, Delonte Hood, to reach his hand in there. There's plenty of space out in front. You got to lead that receiver into the open window, away from the defender. That time Dormady just missed.
He was behind on the second interception too. Now we have some communication issues. Donald Payne back there. Dormady ready to throw, 3rd and 8. Alize Mack, down he goes across the 40-yard line. Nice tackle by Miles Dorn, the former Carolina Tar Heel. And this defense for Arlington stands up.
I think they just got tired of hitting the snooze alarm. This Renegade defense is really woken up and made life tough on Dormady, putting him in 3rd and long, picking off a couple passes. This Renegade football team is hungry for a win, and you can tell they've completely shifted the momentum in this game, and it started with their defense.
Second half for San Antonio, interception, 3 and out. Brad Wing to kick it to Manigo. Kicks it away. Manigo back at the 13, has to give some ground inside the 10. He makes the catch, and down he goes. Spine buster down at the 15-yard line, as they say in the wrestling world. Next Saturday, baseball night in America. Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor have the Mets against the Rays, or Julio Rodriguez and the Mariners take on the Astros. It all starts 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on Fox. Check for the game in your area. Tied at 15. Luis Perez really efficient tonight. 17 for 21. Javonte Payton, 52-yard touchdown to his name, and we'll see what Arlington can do on this possession. Letty Brown off the left side for 2, and that's it as we listen into offensive coordinator Chuck Long.
Okay, let's go 11. Triple left, 352 knife, X spot. Triple left, 352 knife, X spot.
X spot. Ready?
So 352, 3 digits, and the 3 in front of it tells everybody that it's going to be a quick game. I think they're going to slide the line to the right and get a little spot route by the X.
That would be Tyler Vaughn's down there.
Bam. Oh,
there you go. Oh, we missed him.
We had it
You're
all
over
dialed
it.
in there, Coach. 350.
All over it. Let's go, Sanchez. 2 for 2. Let's go here.
Every once in a while, like we mentioned. But this was just a miss by Luis Perez. Both quarterbacks, a couple errant throws here in this second half. I don't know if that wins a factor.
White ostrich. Ready? Come back.
You hear them reminding guys what their routes are right as they're breaking the huddle. You don't want to. It's the worst feeling in the world back there, not knowing if your guy knows what to do.
Here we go.
Holding that football.
Here we go.
Terrible, sit on it.
Hopefully they're on the same page here. Letty Brown motions into the backfield. Perez breaks free. Perez needs the first down. He got it. He was bucked down by Bryce Thompson. There is a marker on the play. And he is not happy, Perez.
Holding offense number 71. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Well, the hometown fans not happy about that. Here's some boo birds, but Bobby Evans is on the left side here, 71.
Here you go, here you go.
Right there as Perez exits the pocket. He just kind of grabbed the defender there, McLeod.
Why move?
Wouldn't let him go from under the shoulder pad, kind of moved him around, and ooh, Perez took a hit. We got to get down, big guy.
He wanted the first down, Mart. You know the feeling.
Terrible, sit up.
3rd and 18. See if there's any wind left in the sails here. Perez wanted to load up. He's chased. He throws into traffic, incomplete. Delonte Scott sped up his clock. And Perez missed Vaughn's and ended up on the deck.
I saw you. It's 3rd and 20. I'm trying to go deep.
He's getting pressure from both sides. Only a 3-man rush here. And they're really just running around the hoop and then retracing essentially up through the center of the pocket, following the quarterback. But Luis Perez has been knocked around a little more than I'd like to see for your starting quarterback. He's got to get rid of that ball sooner.
That was the Joni Mitchell pass rush, both sides now. Down goes Marquette King. And on the return, Stevenson. Speedy Stevenson across the 40-yard line, eventually taken down by Winningham. Great field position for San Antonio and Birmingham as we get a live look in the Stallions game against Houston. You can jump on the Fox Sports app for live coverage of both games. We see what the score is right now there. Last check, 26-3. Both teams have scored. Birmingham up 29-9 over the Roughnecks, although we have an illegal block on the live look in. I think our first in Fox UFL coverage. First illegal block live look in. Birmingham is nasty, man. First down, Quentin Dormady to throw, and he's got it to the sideline. John Trey Kirkland with another grab. Listening to A.J. Smith.
Buck, trio right, buck, stripper, sit. Trio right, buck, stripper.
Sounds like he's in the middle of a timpani.
Hey, what's he calling? Larry? Larry, go.
2nd down and 3. Ooh, a little flinch from the wide receiver.
Yeah.
That was Stevenson. He caught the pass, and he gets thrown back. I thought they might get him for a false start there.
I thought they would too. They came off the ball a little bit like an accordion, out of sync there.
Devin, what do you have?
Yeah, guys, Speedy, as they call him, Stevenson, you can see he has a little bit of a limp, but that limp has been there the entire game, and he's continuing to battle through what looks to be a lower body. You see that left ankle spatted.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Over the middle, that's Cody Latimer with his first catch of the ball game. First down, San Antonio, late 3rd quarter.
I'm shocked that they hadn't gotten Latimer involved sooner. They tried early on to match him up with Donald Payne over the middle.
We got a quarter.
And this time they elected to get the matchup on Miles Dorn, number 46, for the Renegades, but they got to get Latimer involved. He was their first pick for a reason.
Cody Latimer, former Wade Phillips disciple with the Denver Broncos, gets his current coach, Wade Phillips, a first down. We have a tie ball game, ladies and gentlemen. 15-15, San Antonio and Arlington looking for 15-15. Bob Stoops' team came back from an early deficit to tie this ball game. Look, for the Arlington Renegades, they've led in every game. They've lost 2 fourth-quarter leads. They very easily could be 2-2, 3-1. And if they're going to make a run to the playoffs, it's got to be now.
They really do have to turn a corner tonight and somehow come away with the victory. Their defense has really stepped up as of late, generating a couple turnovers. Let's see if they can get another one.
Ellison on the run. It's the delayed draw. He lost his footing. Got it back just in time to run right into Lalile. And it's second down.
He took a hard right turn here. You're going to see when he gets the handoff from Dormady on this draw. And then Lalile ends up being right there. He delivers the blow to Lalile. Lalile took the brunt end of that. He didn't realize the running back was going to be right in his lap.
No, here's your running back. Pressure coming near side, and it's nearly intercepted. Dormady missed again. Stephen Jones almost had his second pick of the night.
Well, he's trying to throw this to Latimer on the left side here. On the quick out, he's going to stick. And I think Dormady thought he was going to stick and stay because he had a defender with leverage over the top. Latimer decided to run out of it, so it looks like the ball's thrown behind him. A clear example of a quarterback and receiver being on different pages.
Stephen Jones going to live with that one for a while. Certainly 3rd and 9 for Dormady. Quick decision, sideline ball. That was a line drive, and it's officially a catch. It looks like Justin Smith, yes. They talk it over. Smith is inbounds.
Let's check out the feet here. I think he got it. Wow, the ball control. Smith went off last week. And here he is again in the 4th quarter when you want your guys to show up. As Lovett drives the whole Renegade defense down inside the 10.
Clover, Clover. Trips left, wide quick, Broncos punt. Trips left, wide quick, Broncos punt.
Well, we got trips left for sure, as I believe there's a player down now. It is Adewusi, who's injured. He was the blitzer a couple of plays ago. Former San Antonio Brahma himself, who was born in Nigeria, and he will walk off with the help of the training staff. Holding his midsection there as he walks off.
Got the wind knocked out of him. I think he got the wind knocked out of him.
Middle of your screen.
Ready, go.
Can't be sure. 2nd and 3, love it. Knifing through, stood up and driven back, picked up by Donald Payne among others.
Oh, it's getting a little chippy between Lee and Lovett, exchanging some words. See, Lovett sniffs that goal line. He wants to get to pay dirt.
Broncos, key 1 on Crisco. Ready? Hey, move!
Dormady up to the line. He scrambles back. Make sure they have the right amount on the line. Lovett on the run. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown.
I didn't think they were all going to be set.
He had to have gotten in. It looked like he lit. Wow, they're going to say he's short. How did he not get in?
We're going to check from the side view here. See if that football snuck in. Remember, the nose of the football has to... Oh, he's in there all the way.
Dude, yeah.
I saw him reach that ball over the plane. All you have to do is touch the tip of the football to that white line. There it is right there.
Yeah, that's a touchdown.
Didn't have a good look from the sideline. Just want to take a look. They were close to not getting set, but actually they were set before the ball was snapped. Receiver just adjusted his feet a little bit. But here, he moves over the top. I mean, look at the far handheld here. Yeah, before any body part is down, he does break the plane. So we are going to rule a touchdown. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Mike. I beat you to the punch. I didn't mean to. I'm not trying to take your job.
I always listen to what you say.
You should stop that, Mike. It's bad for your health.
I always listen. Yeah, you know. I figure if I agree with you, everybody's going to think, well, there's two guys that agree, so it must be right.
Right.
Thank you, Mike.
Right.
Sanchez, I'm not so sure.
Oh, come on.
So it is a touchdown. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Ready, go.
Love it, the tailback, Dormady end zone. He's got Smith, and San Antonio converts for one. It's 22-15.
Well, they had a ton of options on this. Guys that were going to be open versus man-to-man. Here's the touchdown first. You're going to see him sneak that ball across the plane right there. And then the two-point conversion, wide open. Finally getting Justin Smith, the standout from last week, involved. Look at this post route. Or slant route, excuse me, three-step slant. Tons of space inside. Dormady back on track.
How do you do that as a quarterback, right? You're misfired a couple times, couple interceptions. How do you put yourself in the right headspace to do what he just did there?
Well, I think part of it is relying on that run game, getting your confidence back, reminding yourself of what a great player you are and why you're here, why the team has trusted you to be the trigger man. You got to talk yourself into getting back on track, and Dormady's clearly done that. And then you need the help of your coordinator. You need to get some easy completions, some slants, some stick routes, you know, convert a big third down like he did to Justin Smith on 3rd and 9. So he's right back where he wants to be, right back in the saddle, and those are the ebbs and flows of a game, and you got to show you can handle that.
Manigo on the return from inside the 10. Gets to the sideline and to the 31. Hey, next Saturday, I tried to tell you earlier, but I want to make sure you're going to watch Baseball Night in America. Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor and the Mets. They've kind of been up and down this year. They'll take on the Tampa Bay Rays, who haven't found their footing yet. And then can the Astros get out of the basement in the AL West? They'll take on Julio Rodriguez and the Mariners. I know Brock Heward will be watching once he's done in Houston tonight. It all starts 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on Fox. Check for the game in your area.
Let's see if Arlington can answer here. Riding the arm of Luis Perez.
It's a toss. It is Burnett, and he is snowed under. Tavante Beckett is everywhere.
He was all over that play. Just a little jet sweep from right to left. And here he comes from the left side of the screen. Boom. Across the formation. And nothing doing.
He was second in the XFL last year in tackles with Houston. Moves over to San Antonio here in the UFL. And he has been outstanding. Second and 13 for Perez. Couple man rush. Outside, incomplete. Burnett couldn't hang on. Corey Mayfield dislodged it, and he's going to celebrate that for a little while, and rightfully so.
The Brahmas are gaining that momentum back, and you could feel it. The way their offense scored, and then this defense is getting rowdy.
We got to go.
We welcome those who had been watching Birmingham at Houston. We have a tighter ball game here. San Antonio trying to get to 4-1. Mark Sanchez, Devin Gardner, Mike Pereira, Jason Benetti, thank you for joining us for UFL football in week number 5.
Sit up with 80.
Third and 13 for Arlington. 3-man rush. Perez got it right to the 40-yard line. It is Burnett, but he's going to be a yard short of the line to gain. You going for this, Mark?
I mean, you lose a ton of momentum if you go for this and don't get it.
Let's go.
Go.
Oh, they're going.
They're going.
Oh, boy.
Maybe
they try and draw him off sides.
13.
13.
Let's go.
Oh, he said 13, one back,
Go
3
timeout
tight ends.
here.
I think, yeah, he's got to burn it.
Timeout. No. Timeout.
Chuck Long was deciding between calls here.
Yeah, he wanted to rethink.
So 12 gopher.
The play call. Now he's switching it up. He went from 13 personnel to 12 gopher.
And we're going to go unbalanced left, Rambo special.
Some sort of trick play. You're obviously unbalanced to the left. You're going to get
12 gopher.
4 linemen or 3 linemen and a tight end on the left to make it an unbalanced set. Let's see if the defense, a lot of times the defense will just line up one man to that side, one extra man to the side. So pretend the left guard is the center essentially for the defense to adjust spacing
12 gopher, unbalanced left, Rambo special.
Now Rambo special, I couldn't tell you. I'd have to ask Sylvester Salem.
I was going to say, Sly's going to show up on 4th and 1.
Hey. Balance one left.
12 gopher, a balanced left, Rambo special. Run it back by the boys one more time.
Here we go. Unbalanced left, Rambo special. Let's go, ready?
Here it comes. Unbalanced left, Rambo special. Green tight to the formation right. Smith the tailback. Could it be a direct snap to Green? That's exactly what it is. Seth Green trying to push forward. I don't know that he got there, Mark.
I don't think so. They tried their version of the Eagles tush push, essentially. And I don't think they got it.
Neither does Bo Pete Keys.
He's been bouncing around.
No?
Let's check here. They tried to sneak it with Seth Green.
Oh, right, ball side too.
I don't know if that ball crossed.
Hey, we're good, right? We're good. Are we good?
I don't think it did. We do have the sensor, right? The technology to tell. It's going to be very, very close based on the spot right there.
You hear Perez? He said, watch that wind. That wind's moving the ball.
How about that?
Are we going to see like a tumbleweed fly across the screen or something?
I mean, you never know. We had the shooting gallery earlier in the Wild West.
The good old-fashioned Texas shootout.
That's how close it is. Here's the True Line technology coming in. Oh, man. That's how close. That's the way it goes sometimes. 22-15 your score. San Antonio will take over when we come back, barring a super challenge. Listen to an adjustment by Quentin Dormady and his receiver Justin Smith from earlier.
Hey, go flat. You've never ran your slants like that. What'd you see?
I thought I saw 2.
That's you. That's you, dude. Let's go.
That's the unrivaled access you get when everybody's mic'd up like that. You can literally hear them going through conversions and adjustments during the game, and he's talking to him about a 3-step slant route that you want at a sharp 45-degree angle. He ran it a little loose, a little lazy earlier, Justin Smith that is, but once they get right back on track, that's how they converted the 2-point conversion.
That's beautiful stuff. Thank you, Mark. Love it on the run here. It's a gain of about 6 on first down. How much does it take for a quarterback to say that to a wide receiver, and how can a wide receiver take that?
Well, it's important to understand, you know, you're part quarterback, you're part coach in between the white lines out there, and you're part psychologist. You got to know how to talk to these guys, and clearly he can be direct with Justin Smith. He got right to the point. Hey, come flatter on your slants and make yourself available to me. And then Justin Smith has to have the trust in his quarterback that he's going to use that coaching point and then make it work. And they have some sort of success just like they've had on the ground.
The John Lovett Trucking Company just went to the 15-yard line.
Well, he's just going to refuse to go down. I mean, some of the best running backs around that I've ever been around, they have that mentality. Yeah, these guys, just because they're trying to tackle me doesn't mean I have to go down to the ground. And this guy clearly knows how to lower his pads, barrel over defenders, and he wants it. You could feel his energy and his juice that he brings to this football club.
He's hit Miles Dorn pretty hard twice. As we have movement early, it was both Stevenson and Mack
False start, offense, number 69, 5-yard penalty, first down.
They'll get Rashad Coward, the right guard. Love it. 83 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Look at that. And Lovett himself. He's averaging 7.5 a carry, and he's got 2 touchdowns already. He needed a breather.
They'll feed Morgan Ellison. He is sideswiped by Story Jackson.
You hear Dormady saying, "You want me to pull one?" Meaning that
maybe
zone read.
Jontre, right there, you're good.
He's talking to Jontre Kirkland.
I think he was telling Dormady Kirkland's the option here. He likes him.
Nope. Didn't have him. And then he missed Alizé Mack. 3rd down.
He thought he was going to have him over the middle. They tried to run that run-pass option. Alizé Mack was the safety outlet. It's either going to fake the run scheme inside, run Kirkland right behind these backers and expect the run game to sell and get those backers to step up. Doesn't happen. Great read. And well done just to ditch the ball to the sideline to Mack to his safety belt.
Now you have to stay in Santoso's field goal range here to make it a 10-point game. Remember, with the conversions the way they are, 9 points is a 1-possession game. It's Alizé Mack making sure that they do have field goal range. And Santoso will come on to try and make this a 2-possession ball game.
Alizé Mack was limping a little bit after that play. Got tackled funky, but that's exactly what you wanted to do by Dormady. Understand the situation, understand where you're at. You shot yourself in the foot with the offensive penalty, had to back your team up. Okay, no big deal. Let's just steal 3 points. And you can hear him clearly having problems with the communication.
Is my battery dying? That's very relatable.
Plug it in.
Anybody got a couple of AAAs around Arlington? You gotta charge it when you go to bed at night. Plex, Arlington, Texas. Quentin Dormady and his offensive coordinator, A.J. Smith, holding on to a 25-15 lead. It's a 10-0 run.
Look good, but keep working out. Keep working out. And get this where you don't never throw that one. This is that fake, one swing, now backpedal. Because look at it. Yeah, they played too deep. Jontre trying to run through. It's not there. That's your guy, but your footwork's not there.
But what do you want me to backpedal for? Because the only reason I would be backpedaling is at the end, but the end is, I mean,
this is when you backpedal. Go here. All right. Corner widens. I'm not going to hit that. He walls him. Now buy yourself time. Watch it, because this guy needs some time. And you get your window, then hit the punch out. A funky ball. We know that was risky business. So if you backpedal.
It's that RPO they're talking about that he ditched to Alizé Mack in the flat, I believe. He's saying to back up to buy himself some time and some space to make that play work instead of throwing it so quickly because Mack needed time to widen.
When he thought he had Jontre Kirkland, right? When A.J. thought he had it. All right, week 5 of the UFL continues tomorrow. The St. Louis Battlehawks will take on D.C. noon Eastern. Michigan and Memphis, 3 Eastern time on Fox right here. Kevin Kugler, UFL champion to the Stars, will have the call once again tomorrow. Luis Perez, 19 of 26. He's got to have a quick drive, got to have points, and got to get it back on one of those onside kick 4th down plays. First, this score that he needs. You hear the wind blowing through right down the middle, and a wide open Javonte Payton. Nobody near him.
See that big in route that takes a big arm, especially in the wind like this. I love Luis Perez uncorking it here.
Devion Smith on the run, short of midfield. 2 timeouts left for Arlington. With a loss today, the best the Renegades could do would be 500, 5-5, and it's unlikely that that would be good enough for a playoff berth.
They can't afford another loss here. That'd be crushing.
Another run for Smith. So now it's 3rd down, Mark.
And Luis Perez talked about it this week in our meeting as well. He mentioned the fact that, you know, when you start 0-4 like this, you start looking for answers, maybe trying to change up your routine, and that's when it's important to get back to what you know, to get back to the fundamentals. It's the footwork, it's the hand placement, it's your eyes, it's blocking, tackling, running and catching, and throwing, of course, from the quarterback. So these guys have to be sharp in a situation like this, but they've dug themselves another hole, 10 points down. It's all on Luis Perez to convert here, this 3rd down.
Go, 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 go. Gotta go.
And cut into this lead.
And if not, certainly 4th down as well. You see Nelson lined up at the top of your screen. Garrett Nelson coming after him, got a hand on him, and Perez goes down. He was slowed by Nelson. McLeod finished the deal.
McLeod's going to be the one to end up getting inside, but this is absolutely what you can't have happen, knowing that you're going to go for it on 4th down. If anything, you dump this ball down to the halfback, you dump it down to your shallow cross route right there, but you can't take a negative play. Now this makes this a 4th and long.
Mark, they even chipped Garrett Nelson there. They brought 2 to help.
They sure did, and he still found a way to get to the quarterback.
Now they're going to punt. They're going to punt with under 4 to go. 25-15. That's odd. Stevenson goes down at the 15. The big 4 we talked about has been active enough. Today, you add Justin Smith to the big 3, and then you get hello, my baby, hello, my... It's a barbershop quartet for you.
Well,
of the Brahmas.
Unfortunately, Latimer's just got 1 catch for 6 yards, not as much involvement. Kirkland leading the pack there with 8 targets, 6 receptions, and 43 yards. But we know Marquez Stevenson, he was hobbled with that left ankle injury. Let's see if they can get number 3 Latimer involved a little more.
It's got to be Broncos.
Well, it's been good enough harmony, wouldn't you say, today? 4-part harmony?
Oh, an absolute passing grade, especially if they steal some points here and run away with it. They're going to try and run out this clock.
2 timeouts for Arlington. They need to stop fast, then they need a score, and then a 4th down conversion in place of the onside kick here in the UFL. Morgan Ellison, that's a 1st down, and that's a gash. That might be good night, sweetheart.
Well, look at Montero, the left tackle, barreling down the field, making blocks in front of Ellison. Boom, kicks out the edge, secures it, massive hole inside. You hear the coach telling him stay in bounds, and same thing in a 4-minute offense like this. You have the lead, you're trying to milk the clock, get 1st downs, keep the ball and the clock running. Make sure it's 2 hands in traffic. You got to remind those halfbacks to secure that football. It's the only way the Renegades can get back in this game is a turnover.
Secure the soup, gain of 17, 1st down, then Ellison twirling all the way down to the 39.
You saw Lee trying to punch it out. These defenders know. They're in dire straits here with the clock winding down.
Ellison's hurt, I think.
Yeah, he's got a little hitch in his giddy up there.
Bob Stoops is like, what do we have to do to win a close game?
Strong right, Denver punch. Strong right, Denver punch.
Strong rights, Denver punch. If you're thirsty, you're joining us.
Ready, go!
Should run that, all right.
Here we go. Well, he cut it back. He was going to go there, and Lovett has a 1st down. Shimmying all the way across midfield, and that should do it for San Antonio tonight. Still 2 timeouts. Arlington's going to use 1 of them here.
Yep, before the 2-minute warning. Essentially use the warning as a timeout, but it's looking tough to somehow manage to get 2 different scoring drives. They're going to have to get that scrimmage onside play converted if they even get the ball back.
Big game for Michigan coming up against Memphis tomorrow. If Memphis were to win that, they jump into a tie for 2nd place in the UFL division, the USFL division of the UFL. See the line for Quentin Dormady tonight, Mark. It's not been great, but his team has been tough, and the run game has held up.
Yeah, it was really just the 2 key interceptions and those key mistakes. One went right off a receiver's hands, and one he just missed on the throw. But he seemed to rally and find a way to make it work when it mattered most.
Love it. See if they use the timeout before the 2, and they will. So 2:03 to go. Arlington's out of timeouts, and that pile is getting to be a nasty place.
Got some chirping there, a little extracurricular.
Oh. Okay. Ooh, Donald Payne's getting an earful, maybe on behalf of the offensive coordinator, A.J. Smith. Here's the upcoming schedule for San Antonio. 3 of the final 5 on the road away from the Alamo Dome. A rematch against Arlington in Week 8 right here on Fox. That huge game at the Battlehawks in Week 10. Arlington's going to have to pick up 5 in a row to be a possible playoff team.
Yeah, they're going to end up needing help from some other teams as well. After a loss tonight.
Strong right, strong right.
That's really going to hurt.
14, on moon, ready?
One way or the other, this will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 9 for Quentin Dormady. He's going to throw on 2nd and 9. It's popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Miles Dorn. What in the world?
Oh,
wow.
I thought you were going to run. I thought you were going to get a run for sure there.
I mean, one word, Mark. Why?
Yeah, that one really threw me, but there's double coverage over to the left. He tried to back shoulder Kirkland. You see the ball gets tipped up, and we got problems if you're San Antonio.
But the interception has opened the door a little bit for dejected Arlington. The Renegades 0-4 right now. They do get the ball back off the interception by Dorn somehow, some way. So there's a super challenge in progress here. They're going to challenge pass interference.
All right, what do we have? Is he challenging now?
He is not challenging, Mike.
He is
so they are not challenging. Okay, we just got official word. They're not challenging. Sorry
never dropped it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, Hood got hit.
Mike, sorry, I gave you bad intel. That was close, but with the one super challenge, you can basically challenge anything. Is what it ends up being.
Exactly right. I'm just shocked they were throwing it. I mean, I understand the coach's desire to blow the other team out, and he's had this game circled for months, and A.J. Smith, that is, the offensive coordinator, wanted to stick it to the Renegades, but that time I think they were trying a little too hard, got a little too cute, and it came back to bite them. Hopefully not to the tune of a loss. But now the difference, the swing in the game really is like you just give the Renegades a chance. Before, you're essentially choking them out on the mat, and it was a done deal. You just had to wait out the clock.
Patience is a virtue. First down for Arlington. Drop it off, middle of the field. Letty Brown, no timeouts remaining for the Arlington Renegades.
Yeah, without timeouts, they're going to have to hustle. Letty Brown doesn't have time to talk smack to defenders after the play. He's got to get back in the formation and get aligned.
Terrible, sit down.
Yeah, that was not a first down. The clock continues to move. Nearly intercepted. Oh, my goodness. Corey Mayfield Jr. involved in that wild conversion attempt earlier. Nearly had a pick six, and he could have run to Plano.
Oh, he would have hit his head on the goalpost. That's the only thing in front of him if he catches this.
We're going triple left.
Oh, he almost took it from Canella. He knew it too. That would have sealed the game for sure. That would have been a Wade Phillips way to seal the game on defense.
Would have been on his mantle. 3rd and 1 for Arlington. They'll do the delayed draw, and they're going to lose a yard and a half. Letty Brown tripped up by Ward.
And Ward fought through a hold
52, here we go.
On the right side of the offense. He was right up top here.
Now San Antonio is going to call a timeout.
Oh, that's... Once again, I mean, you got to have your personnel ready to go, understanding that this team's going to go for it on 4th and 1 and not have to sub there, or at least sub on time. You don't want to stop the clock for Arlington, but they couldn't get aligned and couldn't get the correct personnel on the field. Mistakes like these can cost you ball games. They got greedy. The drive before on offense, a misfire here on defense, and this thing could really take a turn. Arlington has a little life.
They do, and it's 4th and 1. No timeouts, but here we go. Here's your play call. Maybe.
Why not?
And they're throwing it. He said X spot.
Swing. Hey, 52. Hey, 52, 52. Hey, swing, swing.
52 some protection, telling the offensive line to slide to the right.
Here we go. Here we go.
You heard him. Here we go.
He said, why nod? Be ready for the stick nod by Canella. Bam.
Uh-oh. No time. Perez has to bail. He throws, and he's got it out into the flat for Deontay Burnett to the sideline. It's a 1st down for Arlington. $1:03 left.
Remember, the clock stops for a brief second while they reset the chains like college. So you get a little extra time in these 2-minute scenarios.
Bounce. 63. Here we go.
You gotta go.
Gotta go, man. Gotta go.
Perez steps up again. He gets it off for Brown, who's out of bounds to stop the clock. 49 seconds to go. To be clear, Arlington should not have had the ball back.
Exactly right. The fact that they have the ball now is crazy. This defense shouldn't be out on the field for San Antonio. But regardless, Luis Perez has an opportunity. Dormity's left just watching his defense, hoping and praying his guys come up with a play.
10 points is a 2-possession game. Best they could get in 1 possession is 9. It's a quick throw, and it's dropped by Canella. Incomplete. 3rd down.
It's a great throw by Luis Perez. Canella's got to snag that and just fall forward.
Let's go.
Get the 1st down, stop the clock for a brief second so they can catch their breath and attack them again.
You ready to convert it? Ready to convert it?
Just an untimely drop.
Don't just turn around. Here we go. Here we go. Terrible. Shut up.
3rd and 5. Perez lofts it over the top. There was no time for him. He had his offensive line pushed into his lap. It's 4th down.
He's like a corporal in a foxhole chucking grenades up there. He's kind of like not even facing the line of scrimmage, getting hit as he tried to throw that ball, almost like a hook shot.
Here you go. Don't move. Don't move.
4th and 5. And the game on the line for Arlington. And a flag.
Oh, not on 4th and 5. Oh, Tim Ward. Gave him an easy 1st down.
Neutral zone infraction, defense number 8. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
So they're going to be slightly short.
And that,
No, we're going to get the 1st down. We're fine.
4th and 1.
4th and 1. Here we go. Here we go.
Now you can say we got to get the 1st down, but you only have 41 seconds too.
Yeah, so they'll get time as they reset the chains once again.
Indy 3 lock. White line. Until ready.
Oh, wow.
Yes, come on. Hurry up.
They're throwing this downfield.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. We're good. Here we go. Terrible. Sit up.
Oh. They'll hand it off. Hunter first down.
When he said Y line, I was like, whoa, it must have been an RPO. Had a chance to throw it. You see the Brahmas taking their time, getting Jalen Dalton, 94, taking his time, rolling off the pile to try and shave some seconds off the clock.
Hey, whatever it takes.
Gamesmanship, I love it.
30 seconds left. Perez to throw again, trying to get it to the sideline. Canella's out of bounds. 23 seconds to go.
They're going to have to start getting some chunk yardage here. This little dink and dunk isn't going to work all the way down the field. They don't have time for all that. They got to pierce this defense down the field.
At some point, you might think about taking the field goal while you're at it.
Potentially, yeah. That's another way to attack it.
You're running out of time either way, as you said. 2nd and 9, another quick throw. Got to get out of bounds. Peyton didn't. His knee's down.
Oh, you got to get out.
They might have said he was out of bounds. Let's see. They will start the clock as it's spotted. Yeah, that's the right call. Perez drops it off again. They're gonna lose this game and have the ball in their hand. No, they're not. He lost the ball. Day-Day Hunter fumbles. Mosley picks it up, and San Antonio does put it away.
A couple heart attacks later. Holy smokes.
My goodness.
That game could have gone 100 different ways there at the end. And I was shocked at the conservative nature of the Renegades attack. Not getting out of bounds, some mismanagement of the clock. But bottom line is game, set, match. San Antonio gets their 4th win. And the Renegades fall to a rough 0-5 start.
Well, that was quite the tour of the last 2 minutes of a game.
Does A.J. Smith dare throw it here?
Stop.
My bad, I'm sorry.
Take a knee. You and the offense.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Devontae Beckett, an outstanding day for San Antonio's defense. Dormady, 1 snap to him. He's going to go 2-0 as the starter this year after beating Michigan last week. A hard-fought 25-15 final score for San Antonio. The Brahmas are 4-1. Arlington drops to 0-5. San Antonio's defense holds Arlington down in the final 22 minutes of the ball game. Devin Gardner with Wade Phillips.
Coach, a win is a win every single time. Your team moves to 5-1. What can you say about the resolve of your team?
Yeah, I think we're 4-1, but I'd like to be 5-1. But yeah, I mean, it was a solid finish for us. I mean, we played really well the second half. I thought we would, but yeah, I feel good. We feel good. We've still got a lot of games to go, but it's half the season over, and we're 4-1.
When you have a defense that, you know, makes up for your offense, and your offense that makes up for your defense, what does that make you feel about your team?
Yeah, I just think we're solid overall. You know, we got to keep playing that way and keep getting better.
Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Wade Phillips, 4-1. Even though he'd prefer 5-1, as he just said. San Antonio wins 25-15. We'll wrap it up from Choctaw Stadium.